Okay, we are on the train. And we got hamburgers and salads. And they give us hors d'oeuvres already. It's like, yeah, that's it.
Mile by mile post.
That's the ruins.
It's in here, like as we go mile post to mile post, it's going to tell us what.
Sure deserves it.
During its heyday, 4 boilers burned California crude oil delivered on either side of stream are very precious ecosystems, especially in Arizona. 70 to 80% of wildlife.
How'd they put that way out in the middle here?
Either directly or indirectly. The Verde's riparian shoreline also supports a wide variety of woody and wetland vegetation exclusive from the native desert landscape. Historically, 16 Verde River also supports an amazing diversity of wildlife, including 70 species of birds, 94 species of mammals, and 76 species of native animals. The ribbon of green vegetation that you see growing along the banks of the river is credited to the canyon's waterfowl, including the great blue. Eyesight is believed to be 8 times sharper than a human's eye. Imagine reading a 10-point text on your phone 100 feet away. Successfully coexisted with the resident eagle population in the canyon for many years. The train continues to run. Nest watch.
Yeah, whatever the river is there. That's not in Colorado, is it?
Valleys are by nature drainages cut into the earth's crust by water flowing across the surface over periods of time. Such is not the case in the Verde Valley. It's been formed and shaped by powers far greater than that of running water.
We'll get a picture of the train going around a turn.
Energy generated by the shifting, slipping, sliding, pulling, pushing, rising, and falling.
People down there.
The enormous tectonic plates that define the world's landmass as well as the ocean floors. About 17 million years ago, the crust of the American Southwest was extended. One tectonic plate attached itself to another and then drifted in an opposite direction. The pulling force created an extensive series of basins and mountain ranges as the fractured surface lifted and fell. The Verde Valley is a result.
I wonder how they got down there. Oh, there's the road right there.
A keystone-shaped slab known as a graben dropped in relation to the surrounding landscape. The Verde Valley was formed.
Yeah.
But another force known as volcanism was released when the molten mantle beneath the crust vented to the surface through the faults created between the blocks. There is hardly a surface of the valley or the surrounding islands that is not in some way shaped by lava flows, ash, and cinder deposits cast up from the deep. As faulting persisted, the free flow of the Verde River was blocked and a large lake began to form. It was never a deep lake and often varied in size with a change in climate and precipitation. This caused widespread deposits of white limestone on the valley floor. According to Wayne Randy, renowned area geologist and trail guide, some fascinating animals roam the shores of this ancient lake, and their footprints are sometimes preserved in the white limestone. Giant stegomastodon, for instance, was found near the Clarkdale cement plant southwest of the railroad station. On the right side of the train, a remnant of this ancient period remains. One can see Black Mountain, named because of the dark basalt cap crowned a fierce lava. About 11 million years ago, the site of Black Mountain was a low point in the mountain. Eruptions from the house making the rock less susceptible to erosion. The surrounding terrain was gnawed by the elements, leaving Black Mountain almost 1,000 feet higher than the rest of the valley. At a sharp angle, the layer standing almost on end. Geologists refer to this kind of formation as a monocline. One example, fault. A fold is a bend, a fault is a break. Near the monocline is another
Right here.
room that was excavated by
Tiny
archaeologists
bridge.
interested in determining which
Oh, no, that's okay.
inhabited this area. They only had funds to excavate one room of the ruin, although there's evidence that 15 to 20 rooms may exist. In the one-room excavation, they found evidence of pottery shards, which were thought to be
Whoa, there's another little one. Yeah, we must have gone by them.
recorded the location on a map and eventually returned to Mexico City, voted down
Yeah.
mineral specimens. Unfortunately, Espejo was denied permission to return to the area. It wasn't until 1720 that the line was reactivated.
Not much of a creek, was it?
For a number of years before hostile Indians drove them away.
The river's still over there, though.
Over 130 years later, an American prospector stumbled on the gold deposit and old Spanish tools, but he too was driven off by Indians. Once more, 20 years later, prospectors located the mine with discarded Spanish relics. Watch for an old telegraph line in this area. In the early years of the railroad, this was the only means of communication the train crews had to connect with the outside world from this remote and inaccessible area. The crew always carried a transmitter and could tap into the telegraph line if they needed to relay a message. Today, the crews of Clarkdale, Arizona Central Railroad and Verde Railroad use high-powered satellite radios.
So this is Sycamore Canyon?
To the right is a large gray rock outcrop on the shoulder of the hill across the river. As the train starts into the curve, notice the rock structure. It bears a remarkable resemblance to the head of a certain pachyderm seen in profile. Notice its trunk curled and pointing into the air. No one's surprised, this is called elephant rock. The grayish blonde rock layer above the depleted sandstone is part of limestone, whose large horizontal and vertical lines create a block appearance occurring from activity during the Devonian region, but also the most recognizable. It's the main ingredient of those world-famous rock formations around Sedona. 14 years old. The story is told that her angry father chased them off. The couple settled in El Paso for a short time before moving to Clifton, Arizona, where
Yep.
In the South from Carolina, I heard that long, some whistle blow. Left my gal and left my home. I heard that long, some whistle blow.
that's a Turtle Rock up there. Turtle Rock. The trees here. Turtle Rock, yeah.
Something that very few excursion trains provide passengers is the thrill of traveling through a long, dark tunnel.
Right here.
Which is a way to take by. The 734-foot tunnel is curved, so now we see from the entrance. The train comes within 6 inches of the tunnel walls. So it's important to keep all extremities well inside when riding on the open-air viewing cars. If you'd like to take photographs, stand on the left side of the viewing car as we enter the tunnel, and to the right of the train as we exit. The tunnel, completed in 1912, was blasted through solid limestone and is only supported by timbers for 38 feet on the north end and 127 feet on the south end. The contract to drill the tunnel was made with a Swedish firm, and a talented crew of 25 Swedes completed the project in just 6 months. Imagine the back-breaking job it would have been to lay down this rail line between 1911 and 1912. Everything had to be done by hand. There was no power equipment of any kind. It took over 750 men and 200 mules to excavate, level, and lay down this track. The workers had to endure all kinds of weather, cook on campfires and sleep on the ground. Crews blasted through boulders with a lot of DuPont black powder, which was a dangerous job. The rest of the time, they slowly chipped away at canyon walls with hand tools. Some days, they could only lay a few feet of rail. Yet, they still managed to complete 38 miles of standard gauge track from Drake to Clarkdale in just 1 year.
Man.
Get her arm in the car.
Yep. Pretty close, eh? No.
Coyote rock formation. I think they're saying it's coyotes looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
Shore Riding are either Bud stainless steel or Pullman standard coaches. The Pullman standard cars, built in 1946 and 47, were originally used in a commuter capacity.
And then we put this plate on it, and on the other side,
Yeah.
But the cookies.
The tunnel. Miss the eagle sitting on top of the mountain. Oh well. you got the caboose behind those two telephone poles. Because the train Look at this. What's the name for this?
What's the name of what?
Of this plane? The valley? Did you know? There's a canyon there. Sycamore. Train really does shake the camera back and forth. Man, that's that canyon. The bridge up there. See this canyon. Man, look behind us. This is the bridge. Yeah. Pretty good canyon still down there. There's the river. You see the eagle. Oh man. This must be where they have homesteads, eh? shaky. Can't hold it still. Like a little makeshift dam there. Man, I wish this thing went rocking and rolling. And what's all this supposed to be? The North Pole. Yeah. Sometimes there's a bunch of deer down here. Can't tell. This is lava or molten stuff they pumped out of the mines and dumped it here. Smoldered, burning up rocks or whatever they call it. Holding in place too well, but I guess when they melted it, when it was molten, and they poured it, then it solidified. We're getting close to town. Yep, we're back. Guess I better go in and
oh yeah, you guys are placing your trash on the table because obviously job security. Thank you.
okay. Oh, baby.